and it is that time of the week again. It is the time for the desk now more than ever. I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame, and guess what? You're actually live on U24 television, and guess what? We are broadcasting live here at our home at Nile Avenue at Nakasero Hill. We are at UBC headquarters. We're actually in the heart of Kampala, and we are here to sensitize the nation once again. My guest, he's been on the desk not once, not twice, Mr. Ivan, and we're going to be talking more of this Bank of Uganda Directive to actually silence or slow down the operations of cryptocurrencies and digital money. You know, digital money is, like, for instance, Bitcoin is a white paper that was written by Nakamoto, a Japanese man, and it is not centralized. No one owns it. It is just money that you can get. You have money in space, you have money in air, but you own the money. It's a form of currency. So Bank of Uganda comes out and says, hey, we are not regulating your operations. We are not regulating you. So I think a lot of people are going to be scammed. So we have to censor your operations and activities, in particular Uganda. But I want you to note that in countries like the United States of America and Europe, cryptocurrencies is a mushroom currency that is actually making so much profit for a lot of people. That's why I have my academician Ivan, who researches on everything and makes it his business to educate people about what's going on. Welcome, Mr. Ivan.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Are you married now? What's happening? Is it a promise ring?
I'm engaged. You see, getting married and getting engaged are two different things.
So what happens when you're engaged?
When you are engaged, you have someone you are hoping, and you are just studying yourselves.
But now there are a lot of beautiful girls who watch you on TV and they are saying, I wish I could get that man. He's
and
very
maybe
smart,
it could be the reason why now I have come with it.
Hey, you've become too popular. This man has become too popular in politics. What? Now the woman was like, you know what? We're not doing this.
Okay.
Ivan, let's just dive into the discussion. Let's just talk about this cryptocurrency. You know, it's a decentralized kind of currency. So Bank of Uganda comes out and is like, if I don't have control on you, if I can't regulate you, we're not working.
By the way, what citizens must understand is with cryptocurrency, it seems to be an abstract word. Yeah. So you must break it down for them to understand. As we have echoed area.
Yes.
It is a virtual or digital money.
Yes.
That transactions are taking place digitally. So, and we are now going in a technological revolution.
Right.
I think recently when COVID came in, there was a strategy that the point should come and we should not touch money, because money was also spreading COVID. So I think virtually it would be health-wise okay, because there would be no exchange of money physically, and it would prevent some maybe spread of diseases, and it would be so convenient
in that angle.
However, people who are not sure, it risks their security. That how sure are we that we are going to digitalize the transactions and we are safe, since central bank is not taking any concern. If you get a loss or a profit, they are not concerned. So now citizens are at risk, or people who are in that business. Okay, so we're digesting this before, because I want us to flip the coin on both sides. Yes.
So we've understood with cryptocurrency, Bank of Uganda or the central bank has no involvement.
Yes.
So you're on your own. But on the other hand, countries like in the Europe and America, young people, that's where you're seeing, even countries like Nigeria and South Africa, you see young men, before you know it, cryptocurrency, someone bought it while it was just maybe if you say Ugandan shillings, by then it was buying 3,000. So someone bought like 100 pieces of Bitcoin. 100 bitcoins at 3,000. Now each bitcoin is like, in Ugandan shillings, close to 1 billion. So if someone has 100, that person has like 100 billion.
You see, I think I echoed that being a Ugandan is also not easy. When you are making a comparison between Uganda and those European countries, obviously there is a very big difference.
Yes.
Meanwhile, as you are saying that it is making profits, there are some people in Uganda who are not comfortable with citizens becoming rich because they will not be manageable. when you see this
And now you're politicking.
No, I'm not politicking.
Yeah.
One of the reasons maybe the central bank, like I have already echoed, it is right because citizens are not secure. However, some members have engaged in that business and they have it has yielded. But mind about people who have been in that business and they have lost large sums of money.
But do we have actual people, like real people, and someone is there and they made money?
They are there. I have my friends whom I have seen when it had just come.
Yeah.
They made money. Actually, I'm one of the people also who was convinced that it can work.
Did you involve yourself in it?
I tried, and along the way I dropped because a lot of corners came in, and I lost confidence in it. But it is okay. It is a very good.
So, from your personal experience, Bank of Uganda is right.
To some extent, it is right. However, it should also look at the other side of avoiding money in order maybe to control some diseases, or alternatively to embrace the technological revolution. Because by all standards, as the world is embracing technology, we cannot remain analog. Time it is going to come that we have no choice, we have to embrace it. So in my view, I would say they would maybe propose some proper ways how people in that business are going to be safe with investing their money.
But how can you do that? Because all you need to do right now is, I know for a fact that Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, because there are so many coins. They told me there's one coin, there are like 1,000 coins, a 3D, there's so many coins. I had a gentleman last time from Yellow Card and he was trying to make the people understand. But I want to understand this because there's so many coins in there, and all you go to, you cannot have and say, because all you need to have is a wallet, an online wallet, like you have your mobile money. So if you wake up one day and there's no money on there, at least MTN, I know there's an office there, I'll be like, guys,
you see, Facebook was made by Mark Zuckerberg, but in Uganda up to now, we don't access Facebook, we access it illegally. So the government has that responsibility that it can control every transaction that takes place in the borders and in grounds of Uganda. So I would advocate that they should make sure they have people who are trustworthy. They make the system very they make it fair, and it is it comes as an opportunity for the citizens to engage.
So it goes back to Bank of Uganda. So that means it must have regulation.
Yes, instead of banning it, because banning it is not a solution. To them it may seem to be a solution, but it is not. I don't think it is the ideal solution.
Because the fundamental or the core of cryptocurrency is that it is not centralized. That's what makes it unique.
You see, we bring in a lot of economics for this permanent secretary, Ramadan Gobi. He started discussing this and he keeps you offside. But we don't need to have that a lot of economics. We need to be realistic.
Yes.
We are saying cryptocurrency is necessary. It is necessary.
We cannot hide away from it. We can't.
Yes, because it has come. The same way COVID came. It came and you could not avoid it.
Cryptocurrency is like COVID.
So it is going to come and you find that the whole world has embraced cryptocurrency. And we are not living in isolation. We are coexisting alongside other countries, other continents. So as well as we must borrow knowledge from other continents, from other countries to improve our home ground.
Right. Well, I want us to go for a short break, Ivan, but when we come back, I want us to discuss also, is cryptocurrency a threat to say the shilling or the dollar? Let's go for a short break. When we come back, we just dive deep in this conversation. Now, the guest tonight on the show just equated COVID to cryptocurrency. He says you cannot outrun it and it's going to be global. He says that we can only try. but the wave has come and the wave is here. He could be right, he could be wrong. But you can follow this very lovely discussion on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, if you've not followed me on Shadrach Kisame, you have a minute right now. Rush out to your Instagram, to your Facebook, type in Shadrach Kisame, and follow me for everything. Even if you just want to come on the show tonight. Now the number's on your screen right now. If you want to be on the show, you just have to call me, just like Ivan did, so we can have the opportunity to host you, and you also talk to the nation. But remember, you are still on U24 and you are on the desk. Now Ivan, is cryptocurrency a threat to these other currencies? Because if I want to buy a watch online and the seller accepts Bitcoin, and I have Bitcoin in my wallet, all I need to do is send them Bitcoin and they deliver my watch. That means you've not used the dollar, you've not used the shilling, and that affects them.
Automatically, economically, it is very right that Bitcoin affects the other currencies, these local currencies of ours. Already when we give a case study like Uganda, a shilling is having low value. So when Bitcoin comes, that means a lot of, we are going to have Bitcoin in saturation.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we shall have our shilling reserved. So in that event, remember, the moment you forgo using your currency, your local currency, and you go for Bitcoin, you are risking your country's economic policy. One, taxation. With Bitcoin, I think you all understand that there is no taxes.
Yeah, because where are they finding? Where are they finding?
You see, so the issue of online stuff also limits the government to get taxes from the what? From the people. But unlike when you are using your currency, it would contribute to the monetary revenue of the country, and it would improve on the taxation policy of the country. And
because you see, that also creates because you see, if I'm importing or exporting something, we have foreign exchange. But with Bitcoin, we won't be able to realize that.
That's why I've said this online stuff, these virtual transactions, the central bank, in partnership with the government, they need to sit down and build a system that at least maybe if they can be in position to control the transactions, buying and selling using the Bitcoin, there it is okay.
Then that means
because the government
that means you're adding in a third party.
Why I'm adding in a third party? It is not operating in a virtual space. That it is being used by it is virtual, but it is being used by the citizens, and the citizens are in a country whereby the country has over services.
Yes.
And therefore they must incur some costs to the government, such that the currency or the monetary policy and the fiscal policy of the government is not affected. But otherwise, if it remains virtual, that means you are making the government to go away from taxes. You are making your currency dormant, your local currency dormant, and it is losing value at the end of the day.
But you know, one time I was with you on the show here, and you are saying, oh, there's so much corruption, what are the taxes helping us? But now, when you make such a submission, I discover the country cannot survive without taxes.
Of course, for me, I was not against paying taxes. I was against the usage of taxes. Paying a tax as a citizen is your role, is your mandate. You must pay tax. But for me, I was bringing out, after paying the tax, how is it used? That was my concern. So that misconception is not that I was against us paying taxes. It is very okay to pay taxes, because otherwise, without taxes, I don't know how we would operate. But we paying taxes, and those taxes got the stomachs and hands of a few individuals was my concern.
Right. So I'm trying to get your argument that if let's say this crypto is regulated, controlled by the taxing body, it increases the tax base of the country.
Yes. And actually, it even it reduces on corruption levels. How? You see, with this local method of collecting taxes, money passing through hands of very many people, it tempts some members or some authorities involved to eat the money.
But no, in a nutshell, because you make an important point. Some people don't even know how the tax system works, so that the money gets to government. Maybe in a nutshell, what you know, how does it happen? For instance, nine duka lyange KCC ezegaddewo, UR ezegaddewo. Bwembawa Center, what happens?
Now, we have URA, Uganda Revenue Authority,
Yes.
that is charged with collecting taxes,
Mhm.
and the main headquarters of URA will not be the one to come and close your shop. They will have different branches, and those branches will always submit to the what to URA. Now, my argument is, in that process, where someone headquarters are in Kampala, but they are taxing even someone in Gulu,
Yes.
in Western,
Yes.
in Eastern. So that means there are different branches in different regions.
Yes.
But if it is virtual, that means even someone in Canada making a transaction in Uganda, directly it hits the account without any involvement of a third party.
There's all these things. I'm a URA agent.
No. The government will be in position to monitor very well the taxes, and actually it will improve on accountability. But now they will create excuses that this office from this one did not submit taxes.
There are no documents. They were banned.
Yes.
Someone I had was it in court? Someone said about the files got banned. What?
And I told you that in Uganda we have unattachables. So when someone swindles that money, sometimes they will look on. Even the president said corruption is okay provided they are investing the money in the country.
I don't want to go do that, but let's talk about, because now what you're trying to tell government or people watching, your policymakers, is that if there is a way that we can create a tracking system,
yes,
for transactions in and out of Uganda in Bitcoin, that's a source of income. But digital things, you can wake up and another day your account is on zero. They've wiped it.
And that's why I'm saying there should be a system. You see, when you look at like some countries which have improved and they are doing electronic voting.
Yes.
With electronic voting, you can wake up as well. If they try to tamper with the system, you can wake up one day and you find maybe you don't have even any vote, yet you are a leading candidate. But with this online, what you do, there are improved mechanisms. You can try to fix the internet or to fix the platform or the page, and the money becomes safe. Maybe by putting strong passwords, by you bring those people specialized in ICT and they monitor, because it is a good business to do online stuff. Very good. It is convenient where you are. It does not necessarily incur any costs of transport and etc. But also monitoring is the challenge. So they must first settle the issue of monitoring. After, like you have said, nobody is going to wake up one day and he finds he's having a zero on his account.
But you know, even with, like you mentioned, electronic voting, Trump doesn't, because they are the number one people when it comes to online digital the United States of America. But Trump says, "Oh, I was rigged."
You see, it is not until maybe you go to those European countries we see, they also don't practice democracy 100%. And naturally, whether you are a white or an African, there is that thing within a person that he does not believe. Politicians can never believe that they have been won successfully. It is hard for a politician to say, I have lost an election. It is hard. Normally to Trump, like you have used, Trump was a leader who never wanted to hear anything against him. So automatically he wouldn't accept. And I'm not saying in any case that he lost, but sometimes rationally he lost.
Oh my goodness. So you know because when we talk about a monitoring system, aren't we being so over ambitious? Because if it was possible, wouldn't these modernized countries have done it already, say the US or Europe?
Let me tell you, in this world there is nothing which is impossible. But when you are in Uganda, whereby you find that these skyrocketing prices, they don't have a solution to them, that means they are even 5 steps behind bringing the monetary policy on, bringing the monetary mechanism online. So a country like Uganda, you will need a very big revolution to reach that level of monitoring online, because they have failed even to monitor Nakawa market, which you can go there and see with your open eyes. So here it is going to be hard. But however, my point is, they can try, we can try. We shall always have challenges, but we can try to make sure that we improve this.
Right. Well, before we go for a short break, I'm digressing, but I want to pick your thought on it. Fuel is coming to 6,000. Any remedies?
Personally, to me, I think the government has not done its responsibility because I believe there is hoarding of fuel. I'm not one person who is convinced that fuel is that Ukraine-Russia war is the one affecting. Yes, it may be part of the reason.
It's clear.
But people are hoarding fuel
like
to transact.
Who is holding fuel?
Of course, this is an abstract because I cannot give you particularly this one because I don't have evidence. But some things we don't need to have evidence because whatever they do is irregular.
So some people are holding fuel so that they can skyrocket the price and make abnormal profits.
They make abnormal profits. You see, in Uganda, I've told you there is a certain part of people, for them when you are badly off, it is okay. They are just deliberating. So there is a country, you cannot tell citizens to eat cassava and they forgo bread.
On that point of cassava, let's go for a short break. We come back, otherwise this man has started politicking. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm so afraid you've missed Ivan Tukundande on fire in the last two segments. But we are talking the Bank of Uganda Directive on cryptocurrencies, and we're just diving deep. There's so much politics involved, but Ivan Tukundande and I are dissecting to find out, is there a light at the end of the tunnel, or is it irrevocable? Is there a way it can be centralized, or it's decentralized in nature and that's it? But Ivan, as we wind up the discussion,
yes,
is it a thing that you government officials, because most of the people, the policymakers, even most of them are old and most of them are so analog. First of all, before we even go into the remedies, do they think that digital is the way to go? Do they have it in their minds?
You see, that's why I have always, you see, when you speak these things, they will always say you have politicked or you have done what, but sometimes we need to embrace change. So the stone age of President Museveni and his crew maybe shouldn't be part of the people giving the solutions of these problems. These problems need 21st century heads and brains. For them, yes, they can keep guiding us, here can be done, but they are not part of these solutions.
They cannot be at the forefront of
They cannot be yes, they can just advise, and then people of 21st century come with their best solutions. And Ugandans, as I have always said, we have received education, we have received exposure, we can do, but the problem...
All thanks to President Museveni.
Yes, to some extent, but that is his role.
Okay, let's move on. Yes. Okay, let's move on.
Yes.
So first things first.
Yes.
These people need to understand this is out of our league. We are a little too old or too late for these things.
Yes.
They step aside. Second is to identify. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, you see, like I have said, human beings we don't want to accept. People who will say that this leader is growing old, they will say no. I'm still having some energy I can take on. That is the problem. Self-denial. Majority of people are living in self-denial. They don't want to accept. But the moment we have that spirit of patriotism, I don't know what they always do in Changwanza and other areas.
You man, we are talking digital.
Yes, we are on digital.
Yes.
If you are having the spirit of the nation,
yes,
step aside, let others take on and bring the best solution to the problems of Uganda, potentially like digital currency.
But don't we have digital experts that are on taxpayers' money being paid salary every month?
Of course, with this
advice.
Yes, there are actually, we have many ghost people who are being paid, and even the ones you find there is a certain institution which I will not mention. You go there and you find people who are working are not having contracts. Then people with contracts, even they cannot enter their names in a computer.
So
a lot of nepotism and the negligence at the workplaces has increased the backward.
Ivan, we're talking way forward for digital. So we should identify young brains, invest taxpayers' money, even take them abroad if necessary to become experts in this.
Yes, you can take the labor out, they go and learn, because I believe in Uganda maybe we may not have all that standard knowledge to improve online.
Yeah.
They can go abroad, they acquire knowledge. We can actually, not they can, we can, because personally also I'm not dense. I'm not dense, so we can go abroad.
Yeah.
We get basic technical skills.
Yeah.
And we come with technical know-how. We know how to operate and what to do. Then the moment we come, the elders can advise and we be on the forefront.
So is this what Uganda should have done years ago? Are we late?
We still have time. You see, for me, I always tell my friends that we still have an advantage of time. Every other day is a day to improve and to make magic and wonders. We are not yet too late to get a solution.
Because the solution that comes to the head of BOU is directive, censor operations and activities of crypto in the country.
For like I earlier said, for Bank of Uganda, with their reasons, you can see them justifiable. However, as I have said, we cannot run away from this virtual transaction, because we have just previously 2 years ago, 1 year ago, we have already seen that we need it.
Yes.
I remember President Museveni reached the point that now you can start using mobile money.
Yes.
So I think now that online would work best, because you see everything is going technological.
Yeah, financial inclusion. A time came and because when we talk financial inclusion, that's like what, 5-7 years ago, people didn't have bank accounts.
Yes.
People didn't have mobile banking. People didn't have mobile money. But now it has eased. Like so can we relate it to that? This one is too extreme. Cryptocurrency is too extreme.
You see, when any new thing is coming, it looks abstract and somehow hard. But I don't think it is extreme, because it can also be manageable. The problem we have is we have failed to identify our weaknesses and our strengths and where to invest. Everything, when it is starting, people will tend to say it is hard. Recently, when these universities were beginning, were there, even students demonstrated that with our tuition it is not sustainable, but it has peaked. So every other day we shall always improve. When it comes at hand, slowly by slowly it will keep going into the people. But for starters, it is always going to look hard. Yeah,
because aren't we just complacent? We're like, Ugandans can't manage crypto, so let's remain in our traditional ways. Is by BOU giving this directive, is that what they are saying?
I think it is mindset, because there is nothing that the Ugandan can do, the Kenyan can do, and the Ugandan cannot do. Just mindset. If they are genuinely, because genuinely, like I've told you, people have lost large sums of money.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so what then? I want you to address the people that have lost money in crypto and Bank of Uganda, because I think those ones are supporting Bank of Uganda, but there are others who have made money.
So I want to give two solutions. One, I want the institutions to be given powers to identify the right people or right persons to be trained, so that they embrace and spread or disseminate the information to the people.
Right.
Then secondly, they must improve the online system that is going to convince citizens that their money is safe as they are doing their virtual transactions.
But now with crypto, with Ugandans, a lot of you youths who say you don't have money, you have nothing to eat. Where are you going to get the money to invest?
Of course, every other day you cannot die of hunger, first of all, and people will always shout. Problems are always there, but you start small, slowly by slowly. As I have told you, time is going to come and we start sidelining these old people. We enter in those offices.
How are you going to do that?
Just trust the process.
You're not qualified, because there are some jobs that need someone with experience. Now you, Ivan, you just fresh from, yes, you're smart, but you just fresh from university. You don't
get experience from the bed. You get experience from workplace.
No, and that's the thing. You guys want to go for high places,
and that's why
start young. Start in the guidance of these people. Mushroom slowly. But
they giving guidance, or they are not moving out of the offices?
How
issue
would they give you guidance when they have left office? You know, the only problem I have with our generation is that we want microwave things. You don't want to be mentored. You don't want to study because you think, okay, I'm smart, I'm bright. You don't want career guidance.
In the army, when they retire some generals and or police officers or army officers, they keep them as a reserved force. Then in a state of emergency whereby the security, the policemen or the army, the UPDF is not enough, they are called to come with experience. So there is no way we are going to mentor someone when you are still occupying that office. Give me that mandate and I feel trusted. When I am here on this show, like for example, when you are mentoring me to be that, now to come as a guest, not a host.
Yes.
You don't keep on the show being a guest. No, you give me a chance to be a guest as I gain the experience.
Yes, yes.
In case I make a mistake, you advise me, Porsche, but you don't remain on the wheel and you tell me you are going to guide me. How? Things that you are telling me that we remain in a theoretical way of doing things, the way our education system is. Assuming. Just equip me with life skills. Let me be there and guide me when I am there. So that is my argument.
I get your argument.
Yes.
Let's wind up this discussion. Otherwise, this thing is actually a bittersweet. Bank of Uganda is right, but then on the other hand, they are not right.
Yes.
So I think it's a thing of preparation. I think it's a thing of understanding this. We need people to understand what crypto and digital is all about, so that we can be able to advise.
I think our economists should give them a chance to study it properly, and they come with a very objective and informed decision.
Right.
But banning it completely, in my view, it is not a solution.
Your parting shots as we wind up.
First of all, I thank you for giving me this opportunity, as always. Then I call upon the economists of the country.
Yeah.
Don't bring your theory from class.
Yeah.
Be practical. Be practical and make sure that this virtual transaction is not looked at as entirely disastrous.
Right.
Give the two sides of the coin and you try to show people, because it is useful much as it is having some disadvantages. Now come and show us the same way President Museveni told Venantius Wariamare, former presidential contender, to make a computer and we solve the issues of ICT. Up to now he has never given an answer. So we need answers from economists now.
This man. All right, now that has been a lovely show for tonight. We've been discussing the Bank of Uganda Directive on cryptocurrencies and this what we call Bitcoin. But for more of this and your reservations, you can follow this very live discussion on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do that for Shadrach Kisame, do that for U24 Television. But from me and the entire U24 management for tonight, we want to say good night. Until next week with another burning guest, another burning topic, as we help the nation sensitize it and also educate it on matters that affect their life. Ciao.